With what identity are you speaking? Watch that. Just watch it. Is it personal? Is it impersonal? Are you speaking as the pure consciousness? Or are you speaking as merely the body? Or are you speaking as a sense of a personal self? It's important to watch. And you'll probably almost always see that when you refer to yourself, it's as a person. It's part of our cultural conditioning. And everyone, almost everyone, relate to and refer to themselves from the position of the I person, rather than as I consciousness. This is why Ramana Maharishi, he say, the I removes the I and yet remains the I. The paradox of self-realization. What is he speaking about? The natural intuitive sense, I am, transcends or overcomes the I, me person conviction, and again remain in its natural state, I am, I exist. It's from that I exist state that I'm asking you that you can observe your person and its world. As soon as you recognize this, everything begins to change for you. Your world becomes much, much more expansive, more light, more open, less afraid, more peaceful, and not a piece of peace. Peaceful. What are you referring to yourself as? Is it personal or impersonal? Is it from the place of consciousness or is it from the place of the person? You see, what we are doing here would be an exercise that probably many, many years ago, very few people would have had the chance to sit with this type of guidance. Because the majority of people are not concerned about these things. Just bless me, bless me, bless me, give me more money, give me more success. You know? But this is the kind of looking that will bring you back into your freedom. Trust it a little. Follow it and see what you discover, even right now. From where you are referring and to who you're referring to you as yourself, is it personal or is it impersonal? Is it from the place of consciousness? A simple question. Obviously something watches or is aware of the sense of being pulled into, enjoying, and then being pulled out of. Something watches this, but you're not conscious that it is you. A deeper place within you is able to watch this shallower movement of going in and coming out. Because it has not been pointed out, it's now being pointed out. The sense of going into, you say, when I'm in the state of being, I laugh at just how shallow my feelings were about things because I'm more stable here. Yes, grace gives you that example and experience, but it is momentary because you are perceiving and thinking that it is your person having this experience. But in that pure experience, your person is not there. It's not that you changed, you were exchanged. Your person was not there. That's why you're so happy. When your person is not there, you're really happy. But from your mind, you think, when my person is there, my world is finished. That is a big delusion. One which, if you follow, you may come to see today that, wow, I was just imagining all these things and imagining they were true, and I can see now it's just made up in my mind and believed in my mind. I really don't want to sit here explaining. I'd rather go on a ride with you, to walk with you through these examples, looking and discovering. I'm not in a classroom. I'm not teaching you on a blackboard. Let me try another simpler way, maybe. If you, right here as you're standing here, no? If I ask you, don't try to destroy anything or suppress anything or develop anything. Simply don't cling to anything for a moment. That's the simplest advice. Don't cling to any idea. Don't hold on to any idea. A fresh idea or an old idea. Even to the sense of identity of who you think you are, Just for a moment, just leave them right where they are and don't cling to them. Is possible we can start here?
Yes.
So just any history about yourself, any biography, your self-assessment, just suspend that for a moment, just for a little bit, just for the short time we talk. Okay, don't hold on to any shape. And any projections about the future, like I came all the way here, I hope I go back, just don't touch any idea or concept for a bit. Is possible? It feels agreeable for you?
Yes.
Okay, so just be empty of don't be a container of ideas or intentions or memory for a moment. Just be empty of them. Because we can do that. And anyone else can follow. So let go, just be completely empty of this. In a short while, you can go and pick them back up if you want. But just for the moment, just leave them. Leave all this stuff. Okay? Notice how it feels if you're not holding on to anything for a moment. Just notice what your inner environment is like. You're not holding on to any, there's no valuable or favorite concepts for a moment. Just leave it. It's good? And also, the idea, okay, I've done that, okay, now what we do? And I say, no, next. Don't touch even the idea of next. So the next thing is, no, don't touch next. So just be with this, okay? Don't hold on to anything about your body. Like, okay, I'm a woman or a man. Okay, we know that, but we don't have to hold that. Just let that just be. So you can just be empty for a moment. It's good. Just be like this. So you don't have to be focusing on any scenario or any idea or any intention at all. There's nothing to look at. There's no pictures. You're not reporting about a movie. So how are you right now? Is there any quality, like a negative quality about this nothing? Just, I want to say this because sometimes we say nothing and it's coming from the mind. It's like nothing, it's not what I want. No, but just be nothing, okay? Is it a negative or positive state? It maybe is not what your mind came here for. Maybe your mind is thinking, well, okay, but when am I going to get enlightened? Or whatever it is. Forget about enlightenment for a moment. Just for a moment, forget about all these, even enlightenment. Forget about it for a moment. Just be empty. Is possible? We're going to be empty of our mind. So even if it's out there scratching against the walls of your mind, okay? Just leave it. There's nothing to do about it. But don't log into its pull. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yes. So stay as you are. Be empty of that. You cannot stop someone from coming off the street and knocking on your front door. But you can stop yourself from opening to that. So I'm saying don't be open to the mind pull. Simply stay as you are. So even if mind is knocking and saying, it's me, come on, I just want to say hello. And you say, well, hello. No, but just open the door a little bit. So don't engage with this. So just stay as you are. It's okay?
Yes.
Are you feeling embarrassed about this? So just stay like this. Empty, empty. Not engaged, not a container of anything, not a retainer of anything, just empty of this. It's not difficult, okay? Doesn't matter what the mind wants to do. You're aware the mind wants to do something, but not now. Stay as you are. Keep paying attention, not what is happening outside in the space of feelings and sensations and so on, But just now, how is your inner environment? Don't imagine, don't imagine, don't create, just observe. How are you internally now? So in this, as you are now, not combined with anything, just pay attention, you know. I'm not asking you to do anything, some spiritual gymnastics. I'm just saying, leave everything for a moment. A simple advice, leave everything, even the desire for enlightenment, for a moment. Even the need to meet God, just leave it for one moment. Because so far your mind has been collecting all these intentions. So leave all this stuff for a moment. If you leave everything that can be taken out is taken out now. Just taken out. What remain? Just pay attention. What remain? Don't imagine. What remain? Do you have to go somewhere to find out?
No.
No. What remain? Is there any peace there? Anything else is here? So, emptiness, nothing, peace, joy, gratitude. Not what we expected in the nothingness. Justice, just enough. Okay? Do you feel disappointment? Let me just ask you a little bit more, no? What you are discovering, are you creating? Are you efforting to maintain them? What you are discovering here, now you're discovering something. But where has it been all this time? You're discovering that somehow when you're not holding on to all the things that your mind is giving you to calculate and to work out and to analyze and to admit and to judge and so, just suspending that activity or the engagement with that activity, you are discovering a space of emptiness, a sense of like nothingness, but there's a joy, there's a silence, there's peace, and you say also a sense of gratitude. Okay? Then I ask you, this that you're discovering here, where you're discovering it today, but where has it been all this time? Did it arrive today? And I ask you, did you create it? You say, I did not create it. No? How is it staying here? Is it by any effort? I mean, are you keeping it? I mean, there's peace, but are you a peacekeeper by any chance? No, it's just here. Okay, let's see a little bit more. Is there any way that it can fade, this of itself? Can it fade, like gets weaker and weaker? Like the further you go out walking, it's getting weaker and weaker. And then, oops, too far, come back. You know, is anything like that true? If you go to sleep, and a deep sleep, where there's nothing at all, okay? And you wake up, is it possible that this would be gone? Is it coming out of a kind of an emotional state? Those words? If the mind comes up now and say, you, no chance for you. You know, Mooji has been hypnotizing you. Look. Okay? So, he is hypnotizing you. He's actually hypnotizing everybody. Except one or two. Okay? Can this be true only while you're standing there and because you're standing here with me? Can I ask you something more, something that seemed very unreasonable a question to ask you? This that you are perceiving, and you say, I'm not creating it, but I'm simply at one with this. I want to ask you some questions which are very unreasonable for a human being to be asked. Because you're not a scientist, you're not a researcher about these things. Can I ask you, was this that you're experiencing, was it born? Did it have a birth date or day? Was it sort of like it wasn't and then it was? Is there any place, any boundary beyond which it is not? Can it die? Okay, I'll ask one more question for you, just one for the moment. How close are you to it? May I conclude that if the things you have responded to are true, and you didn't have to take time to ponder over them, it's like it's so direct for you, this knowing. You can change my words, you can tackle it. If this knowing and this seeing is immediate, you don't have to do any research because it's right here present with you. Can I say or deduce that all your responses are about you? Is it you personally? Okay. Okay, end of exercise. So as we promised, you can go back and pick up the old stuff like you are, and we just go back to normal again. And because nobody's going to steal them, I'm sure. Whatever stuff. You sure this is not just a feeling? You think you can invite the mind in just now? Just say, okay, mind, okay, come on, never mind, come in, okay, throw your best punch. I just want to try. Can we try this?
Sure.
Is it risky?
No,
Okay.
I don't think it's risky.
Okay. You who are saying, I don't think it's risky, are what again? Just check in. Are you strong or weak or anything? It's good like this. So could we invite the mind, what you call the mind, and something back now and see and look at it? Open doors. Even no doors, take the walls down and everything now. The mind can come. So he's not knocking outside now. Because now there's no outside for the mind. There are no walls and no doors. Okay? So now, what? From the depth of yourself, from your natural state, is it saying, no, don't let the mind in. Now is the perfect time. We're good like this?